Hello and welcome to another dreaded channel update video. It feels weird to be making a video. I don't know about you guys, but it's been like over a week since I posted the video, probably about 3 weeks since I filmed a video last, and for me that's a very long time. And I just wanted to throw up a video talking about the 10-year anniversary of the channel RazorwireReviews, what you can expect, and what has changed since the last time I addressed this, which I think was about 6 months ago, late 2020. I kind of laid out what I wanted to do with the month of April to celebrate the 10 years of this channel, which I believe is the 23rd or the 24th or something like that. It's near the end of April. And so I wanted to do this big blowout month. And so some of the things that I promised, or at least said were probably going to happen in April of this year. 24-Hour Movie Marathon 8 was going to come out. 24-Hour Movie Marathon 9 was going to come out. I was going to conclude the Trip of a Lifetime series. I was going to put out a series of my top 500 favorite films of all time. I was going to post more Epic Film Challenge 2 videos that would then go all the way up to episode 300 during the month of April. None of that is going to happen. Just a little series called Cameron King of the World got in the way of that. So I'd like to just talk about that very briefly. The Cameron series, which inadvertently kind of just carved away 6 months of my time in terms of watching all of that stuff, researching all that stuff, making the videos, editing them. I spent so long on the thumbnails, but it was kind of fun because I used this image AI upscaler to kind of take these kind of ropey behind the scenes images and then like sharpen them and get them up to a cool quality to use for a thumbnail for the video. So I spent a lot of time on that. I could have spent even more, and I've talked about this, but very happy with how it went. I thank you all for the comments. I thank especially the people who said they watched all of the videos. That seems insane to me, but even if you watched a few, especially if you watched all of them, that's really great, and I'm glad that people enjoyed it. I got quite frustrated with it at times because, again, and I'm not trying to sound like a dick, but I kind of poured about, maybe say 6 months was the starting and finishing the thing. I'd say maybe about 2.5 months of full on working on the series, I would say, maybe 3 months. And, at 31 videos on a director who has 7 films in his filmography, I think I covered almost everything. There were still things that I had missed and had wanted to do, but I had a lot of comments saying, well, why aren't you doing Strange Days? Why aren't you doing this? And it was mainly the comments that would say, you seem to have missed Strange Days. And it got to the point where it was like Strange Days was this film I wanted to cover, but there just wasn't enough videos in the schedule. I wanted to keep it 31 to be the whole month of March. And so that was kind of my vision for it. And I thought down the line I'll do special edition chapters. So I've talked about that in one of the past videos and stuff. And Strange Days was slowly becoming one. I thought, okay, I should do this one as well. Now I feel like fuck Strange Days because I got so many comments saying, you seem to have missed Strange Days. Were you not aware of Strange? Like, okay, fine. I gave you 31 videos. It clearly wasn't enough. Now I'm being facetious here, but some of those comments did wind me up a little bit because I'm human. It is what it is. But for the most part, and the thing is, most of those comments probably came from a good place anyway. And it's, if someone wants to hear my thoughts on a film, I should take that as a compliment. But it was like, there was a few of them in the same day, and it was just over and over again. I'm just like, man, okay, I've done all of this. It's like, well, why haven't you done this one? I was like, well, I just didn't, I just didn't. But maybe down the line, I'll add Strange Days to the list and do some special edition chapters of Cameron King of the World. Now, I want to address both the anniversary month and also the future of my channel, now that we're hitting 10 years in a couple of weeks. And now, I said all the stuff that's not going to happen. Why is that? Again, as I said, the Cameron series just took over way too much of my time, and I severely underestimated how long that was going to take. But I got so in love and drawn into that series that's what really made me just pursue that rather than other things that I should be doing, like the marathon videos that have been in the can for 2 years now. 24-Hour Movie Marathon 8 was filmed over 2 years ago. But anyway, so I want to get those things done, and they will come at some point. But the Cameron series took way too much of my time. But I'm happy with how it turned out. And again, I do appreciate all the comments, even the people who didn't agree with my opinions on the films and were able to express them in polite ways. We had some good conversations in the comments. I've still got a few I've got to get back to, I have to say. But I got really drained. And of course, the minute I sit down to film a video after 3 weeks, my laptop decides to be very tricky with recording audio. So that at this point, there may be glitches, there may not be, who knows. But ever since the last Windows update, yeah, the laptop I use to record audio is just choked with memory, like 100% disk all the time, and there's nothing I can do about it. So the audio program is just glitching and dropping out all the time, which is fantastic. Anyway, where was I? I don't even know where I was. I was talking about the comments and stuff, and the Cameron series kind of threw me off track, and that's fine. And I do really appreciate all the people who watched and enjoyed it. It was one of my favorite series to make, I think. Maybe not the flashiest in terms of production or anything, but something I enjoyed very much. Anyway, so that was why all the stuff in April didn't happen. But also, I've been working 2 jobs since 2018, so it's been 3 years now, and I've also taken on a few more responsibilities. So free time is just becoming more and more scant, which is why, I mean, I feel like the Cameron series could have been done a lot quicker, but it just took that long to prepare it for March, and that was really the thing that ate out all that fucking time. So moving forward, for April, the one thing I really want to try and do is a look back video. So on my first anniversary in 2012, I put together like a 10-minute, like, here's like some clips from the past year. And I did that a couple more times, but I stopped doing it after a few years. So I like to do it maybe an hour long or maybe a 2 hour long, like just highlights from, maybe shorter than that. I don't know, let's not be too overindulgent, but you know, just something to kind of look back at every year, every era of the channel, every country that I lived in, from Wales to Norway to England to Wales again, all that stuff. Clips from the marathons, clips from regular videos, funny clips, interesting clips, just all random things that have been on the channel at some point over the past 10 years. I want to do that and have it released on, I think, the 24th, maybe, but I'm not sure if I'll have time to do that. But that's the video I'm going to focus on doing. I'd like to sit down and just do my YouTube story, which I've done a few times in the past, but again, it's been about 5 or 6 years since I've done that, and reflect on, it would take too long to reflect on everything, but to just, you know, talk about the people I've met, the videos that I've made, maybe not so much emphasis on that again, trying not to be too self-congratulatory or anything, but, you know, stuff that I've enjoyed making, and the stories that I have from meeting YouTubers, and how YouTubers really changed my entire life in a lot of ways. So I'd like to do that, at least those 2 things, just a sit down chat, my YouTube story, and then a look back video compilation, highlights of interesting or funny, or just, you know, just clips that show the passage of time, I suppose, from long-haired Luke to short-haired Luke, back to long-haired Luke, back to short-haired Luke, fat Luke, slightly thinner Luke, back to fat Luke again, all that kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to hopefully getting time to do that. Otherwise, the 24-hour movie marathon 8 and 9, at this point 10 has already been filmed, so I'm keeping up with doing them. I'm just, the editing is a whole other thing entirely, so I hope to do that. But I'm not going to give you a date from now, because I just don't know where I'm going to get to. But I'm going to focus less on filming videos and more on editing them if I can when I get free time. That's going to be my focus for the channel moving forward. So this almost feels like a little bit of a goodbye. It isn't. But I would say from now on, and this is really why I closed my Patreon at the end of last year, because I knew that this was coming, that I was going to hit a point where my free time was going to be even smaller. And I do want to do other things, like focus on finishing the second draft of my book, maybe, if I get the inspiration to do that. So, I mean, there's so many videos I'd like to make. I almost wanted to do a whole series on the whole Zack Snyder's Justice League, because we recently rewatched Man of Steel. I watched Batman v Superman: The Ultimate Cut for the first time. We watched the Joss Whedon version of Justice League, and then we watched the Zack Snyder one. So I have so many thoughts on those 4 movies that I would love to do like a 30-minute video on each of them, but I don't think I have the time. But maybe I will. I don't know. It'll all depend. And there's the audio completely balking again, so you're just hearing this really terrible on-camera stuff. Yeah, it just seems against me, this audio thing. It seems very simple for other people. Maybe it isn't simple for other people, and they struggle with it just as much as I fucking do, but all I want is just a nice way to record audio, and the laptop's like, nah, not gonna happen. I actually left my laptop on for about 4 months, because it was like, okay, it's recording audio now and not glitching every 5 fucking seconds. So yeah, I can see on the laptop screen it's like about maybe 30 seconds behind where it should be, and it's not even recording anymore. It doesn't seem like. Maybe it is, I don't know. And it sucks, because that's kind of a prime part of a video, is the audio, and I like it to sound good. I didn't for a long time. For many years of my channel, there was no real emphasis on audio or anything like that. But yeah, so fuck, this feels like it's going off the rails because I'm so distracted by the audio. But yeah, apparently just recording a simple audio track is just like the biggest, most fucking resource hogging thing in the history of the universe, my laptop, which is incredibly powerful. Just can't take it. Just cannot take recording a little bit of audio. Or maybe it is, and I'm sounding stupid because the audio is coming through and is still being recorded. I just don't know at this point. But, right, so all that aside, yeah, for the time being, there might not be a video for a few weeks. There might not be a video for a couple of months. There might be 2 every week. I have no idea what's going to happen next because of, again, more work responsibilities and stuff. And I want to focus more on just getting those marathons edited and out there. That would make me happy to get those marathons done. But yeah, so that's really it. So apologies for anyone who might have been looking forward to the stuff that I said would be coming in April. It just is what it is. You got the Cameron series instead, and again, there's people in the comments saying like, "Oh, this is really great. Next, you should do this director," and I'm just like, that ain't happening. I appreciate the interest and everything, and I'm flattered, but I can't see myself having the time to do something as intensive as that, at least. Maybe a series where I just talk about the films and don't do all this crazy research and just give my fresh reactions, but a series to that degree of diving into stuff, I can't see myself ever having the time to do again, which is kind of bittersweet. It's nice, you know, it's nice that I've done it, and I feel happy that I did it and stuff, but I'm definitely looking forward now to different projects, less time-consuming projects, but you know, with the marathons, I just like to get them done and everything, and we'll see where it goes. And it looks like my audio is catching up with itself, so maybe the hiccup wasn't too extensive. But yeah, right. I'm sorry. I wanted to do this a nice, clean, simple 10-minute one-take video, and I'm getting so distracted by the audio issues that might not even be issues. They might be. I don't know. I can't tell from way over here on the other side of the room. So yeah, so thank you for the Cameron series. Thank you for the support and the response. Actually, a lot better than I thought it would. There was a lot more views that came in that I really appreciated, and people sharing it on Twitter and stuff, so that was cool. But yeah, I'm going to work more on stuff when I get the time. Regular videos, probably not going to be as regular. I want to get to doing some of my Conquering My Collection stuff. I've got Blu-rays I can talk about, but it's just finding the time to do that. So if I do, I do, and you'll see it soon. And if not, you won't, but I'll always be around, and I have no plans to leave the channel or anything like that anytime soon. Well, anytime at all, really. As long as YouTube's around, I want to keep making videos. It's just, it definitely feels like a, not changing of the guard, but like it definitely feels like I'm end of an era for me. I think the Cameron series was that was kind of the 10-year celebration for me, was the Cameron series. To do something that big, you know, for me personally, on what I consider to be time consuming, that was my last hurrah in terms of doing something like that, like an Asian cinema season as well. I can't see myself having the time to do one of those again. So yeah, that's your 10-year anniversary celebration, was a big James Cameron series, which I immensely enjoyed. And I'm just going to try and get like those 2 things done for the 10-year anniversary, the discussion, YouTube story video, and then hopefully a compilation. We'll see. And then we'll just move forward, and yeah. That's pretty much it. And it's just, again, if I had all the time in the world, that I'd love to talk about wrestling right now. I'm in a big wrestling mood, and I've watched so much stuff on streaming I'd like to talk about. And I've been toying with the idea of doing a series called Seen on Streaming, because I watch a lot on streaming now, and I feel this kind of collector's guilt that I don't watch my discs. But I thought, well, I could just do like a video where I talk about all the films I've watched on streaming over a certain month, or, you know, a few months. And that would make me feel less guilty. Well, it's for a video on the channel, you know, so I might do Seen on Streaming some point soon. And I will get you a video for Conquering My Collection February and March of 2021 to keep up with that. I have been trying to power through some more of my films on Blu-ray that I haven't seen before. I've been watching some Buster Keaton short films and a few other bits and pieces. So yeah, just watch this space basically. So that's pretty much it. I'm just repeating myself at this point. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you hopefully in the next one.
It's alright by me. Apart from the fact he throws cans of Carlin into a tree. Yeah, he's really cool. Yeah, he's really cool. But he's not quite as cool as you.